Hey everyone, I'm Kevin Boylard and welcome to Boiling Point, where we put our publishers to the test by asking them a few pointed questions. Ohio State has dominated the Big Ten East for most of the college football playoff era, but now Urban Meyer is gone and some believe it's Jim Harbaugh's turn at Michigan. Here with me today to preview the new-look Ohio State Buckeyes is Dave Biddle of Bucknuts on 24/7 Sports. Dave, Ryan Day is about to embark on his first season as Ohio State's full-time head coach. Now, he spent the first 3 games of last season as the interim head coach, but now that Meyer is out of the way, is Michigan the favorite, or does Day have Ohio State ready to win another Big Ten title?
Well, I think it's really close between the two teams. I really do. And I know, like, if you ask the majority of the media, they have Michigan as the favorite. Vegas has Ohio State as a slight favorite. And you look at the 2 polls so far, the AP and the coaches, Ohio State's a little bit ahead of Michigan. You know, we can use the cliche to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. But I think that does not apply in college football when rosters turn over so much and when you have a new head coach. If it was almost the same roster, same coaches, okay, maybe that would apply. But with it being Ryan Day's first year, with Jim Harbaugh now completely settled in, his 5th year, all of his guys, Ohio State with a new quarterback, Michigan with their quarterback back, the game is in Ann Arbor. I can see why a lot of people are picking Michigan. I personally think Ohio State has a more talented team top to bottom and the deeper team. Now, it's going to depend on how Justin Fields plays, but largely, I think this defense is going to be a lot improved, much improved for Ohio State. But I think it is close between the two teams. Again, Michigan already has some depth problems on their offensive line, so that's something to keep an eye on. But I think it's really close between these two teams this year, especially when you consider the game is in Ann Arbor.
I think we both know, Dave, the biggest factor that will determine Ohio State's success on the field is the quarterback position. And the Buckeyes will break in Georgia transfer Justin Fields against Florida Atlantic this weekend. Fields has some big shoes to fill after the departure of Dwayne Haskins and is largely unproven. Is Fields really up for the task?
I think he is. He won't be, as good as Dwayne Haskins was last year, to say the least. Dwayne Haskins put together the best season by an Ohio State quarterback in the history of the program, in my opinion. I mean, I know Troy Smith won the Heisman and Dwayne didn't, but, I think that was partially because of who was in the Heisman race that particular year, those particular years, I should say. I think he's going to have an up-and-down season as a sophomore first-year starter. He's not played a lot of football. Getting on the field, getting his feet wet at Georgia last year as a true freshman was good. They'd sprinkle him in there just a little bit. But still, he hasn't played a lot of football. He was a 2-year starter in high school, just now entering his sophomore year. So I think Buckeye fans and college football fans in general can expect some up and downs from Justin Fields. But overall, I think he's going to have a good year, Kevin. I don't think he's going to have a great year, but I think he's going to have a good year. He's got a big-time arm. I think the biggest thing is going to be to watch is his accuracy and his timing. That's going to be the big thing that I think is going to go up and down with him. But he's got a big-time arm, and he can run the football. And I think in some of the lesser games, so to speak, they are going to try to not run him too much as far as called quarterback runs. But in the big games, they're going to have to use him as a runner because that's one of his strong suits, and it'll help open up J.K. Dobbins and the running backs if the quarterback is more of a rushing threat, and it'll open up the passing game. So that's one thing Justin Fields will bring to the table that Dwayne Haskins did not, is the threat to run the football.
Dave, thank you so much for stopping by. We'll see what Day and Fields can do with this Ohio State team. In the meantime, make sure you're following Dave on Twitter and reading his work over at Bucknuts on 247sports.com.